So let's begin by lying down, bringing the soles of the feet together, dropping the knees out to the sides, and just relaxing the arms down by your side. You're going to take a few deep breaths, feeling that expansion into the belly and the rib cage, and then with the exhale, gently drawing the belly button inwards and upwards. Just a couple of breaths like that at your own pace. Start to bring the knees gently back up. Take the feet a little bit wider than the mat. And then you're going to start to drop the knees over to one side and then take them up and over to the opposite side. So just going to side at your own pace. Just opening up the hips a little bit, making some gentle movements. And then you can start to hug the knees in towards the chest. If you want to rock around a little bit here, just massaging the lower back, or just take a couple of breaths as you are. And we're going to go into a little bit of core work here. This is an exercise I saw Mauricia do. She's an amazing teacher. And it's a really effective core exercise. So we're going to press the lower belly down to the mat. Reach the arms forwards as you squeeze the knee in towards the head. Lower the right leg a third, squeeze in. Another third, exhale, squeeze in. Another third, squeeze the knee in towards the head. Hold, and then bend that leg back in. We're going to go again. Extend that right leg up. Lower a third, squeeze the knee in. Lower another third, squeeze in. Lower last third, exhale, squeeze in. And then bring in the leg back in. We're going to switch sides, taking that left leg up, lower a third, squeeze the knee into the head. Another third, squeeze in. Inhale, lower, exhale, squeeze in. And then bringing that leg back up. One more time on this side, squeeze in, lower a third, exhale, squeeze. Lower another third, squeeze in. Last time. And hold, squeezing the knee towards the head. And then gently release. Squeeze the knee into the head. One more time and then release. Relax down onto the back. Okay. Again, pressing that lower belly down, tuck the tailbone under, start to roll the spine up and off the mat. Coming into your hip bridge here, think of sending the tailbone towards the knees. And then slowly start to release, rolling the spine back down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Last thing to come down will be the hips. And then we're going to take some little rocks here. So you're just going to rock back, rock up, and maybe hover here in your boat pose. So see if you can catch yourself. Just play around with it, have some fun. If you want to make more of a challenge, you can straighten the legs as well. Otherwise, just keep them bent. Again, go at your own pace. Make sure that back is nice and rounded as you roll back. And the next time you come up, just hold there in your boat pose. You can always grab hold of the legs if you want to, or reach the arms forwards. And then gently release. Come into a seated position. Make sure you're comfortable here. And then we're just going to reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. Reaching up and over into that nice side bend, pressing the top shoulder gently back, but keeping that core engagement. Going to start to reach the other arm up to the side as well here. So just activating the oblique muscles a little bit, and then pull yourself straight back up. Lower the opposite hand down, reach up and over, nice and long through the arm and the fingertips. Breathing into the side body. And then start to reach the other arm up as well. Activating the obliques. Keep that core gently engaged around the belly button, inwards and upwards. And then pull yourself straight back up. Reaching the arms up, you're going to start to make fists and then flick the fingers away as if you want to get something off the end of your fingertips. So keep going. You can go as fast as you want or as slow as you want. Again, keep the core engaged, so gently closing the rib cage down towards the hips, and keep the breath flowing. Nice and strong with the hands, the arms. If it gets too intense to have the arms straight above the head, just take the arms out to the side if it feels better on the shoulders, but keep going with the hands. Strengthening the wrists, the forearms, the hands, the shoulders. You should start to feel quite warm soon. Again, keep the breath flowing, not holding the breath at any point. Nice. And then you can gently start to roll the wrists out, lower the arms, shake it all out. Okay, from here, again, just sitting cross-legged. Make sure the legs aren't too close to you, so you've got a kind of triangle shape, and then you can start to lean forwards until you feel a gentle stretch in the outer hips. And it doesn't matter how far forwards you come, just wherever you feel that stretch, just hold it there, take a couple of breaths, nothing too intense. Gently release, walking the hands back up. And then we're going to switch the cross of the legs. Again, lengthen up nice and tall. Either stay here if that feels like enough. Or if you want to, you can start to walk forwards a little bit more. Deepening as far as feels okay for your body. Inhaling into the back. Exhale, soften. Gently start to release, rolling the spine back up. Okay, and then we're going to start to make our way into tabletop, taking the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And again, keep that core engagement, gently drawing the belly button in and up. And we're going to tuck the toes, hover the knees up off the mat. At any time you want to rest the knees down, you can do. Keep the arms nice and strong. Find that one point to look at. Press into all four corners of the palms. Breath flow in. On your next exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, hover the knees, shoulders over the hands. Exhale, up and back, downward dog. Inhale, hover the knees. Exhale, up and back, downward dog. Inhale to hover. Exhale, up and back. And then we're just going to hold it here in our downward dog, making any movements that feel good for you here. Walking it out a little bit here. And then we're going to flip the left foot over, and then we're going to start to do some circles for the ankle in one direction, and then switching the direction. Nice. Start to reach that leg up and back. Come into a three-legged dog. Strong through the back leg, pressing through the heel of the back foot. Start to bring the knee towards that left tricep, squeeze in. Flex the foot, and then you're going to step or carry that foot up just outside of the hands. Reach the left arm up towards the ceiling, opening the chest. You're going to start to step the back foot under and through, tap the toe. Open the chest, come back to that twist. Step under and through, tap the toe, send that leg straight back to that twist. Nice. And again, tap the toe. This time, sit the hips down. Open the hips as you take that left knee out to the side. The left foot is on the inner right thigh. Reaching the arms up, you can start to reach forwards, hinging from the hips. If you have a lot of tightness in the hamstring, just bend into the leg, belly towards the thigh, and then from there start to lengthen the heel forwards, only until you feel that nice gentle stretch in the hamstring. Again, nothing too intense. Make sure you can breathe there. Inhaling into the back. Exhaling, softening. Release. And then we're going to take a twist. Reach that right arm across. The left arm reaches up towards the sky. And then you can start to reach over maybe into a side bend. And think of reaching up and past the foot, the right foot, rather than to the foot. Keep trying to press the hips down and then release. Lower that left hand down as you reach the right arm up, coming onto the knee, pressing onto the sole of that right foot, reaching the top arm up and back, lifting the chest, squeeze the glutes, press the hips forwards, and then just release. Nice. Pulling the knee back up, stepping onto that left foot as you send the right leg all the way back. Plant the hands down either side and send that left leg up and back. Nice. Make your way back into your downward facing dog. Taking a couple of deep breaths. And then inhale, reach the right leg up. Press through that back heel. Just pause here for a moment. And then we're going to start to bend into the leg. Pull that knee in towards the right tricep. Squeeze in. Flex that foot. And then we're going to step that foot just outside of the right hand. So coming into our kind of lizard lunge for a moment. Reaching the right hand up as you open the chest. Squeeze the glutes. Start to send the back leg through the arm and the leg. Touch the toe. Reach back. Twisted lunge. Send it under and through. Touch the toe. And back. Twisted lunge. Last time, under and through, touch the toe, and this time sit down onto the hips. Bring the sole of the foot onto the inner thigh, drop that right knee out to the side, and start to reach the arms up again. If you have tight hamstrings, just bend into the leg, belly to the thigh, and then start to slide that heel forwards until you feel a stretch in the back of the leg there. Nice and gentle, not forcing it. Breathe into it, inhaling into the back, and exhale, softening. Slowly start to roll the spine back up, and then we're going to take our twist here. Reach the left arm across, the right arm stretches up towards the sky or the ceiling, wherever you are. Start to reach up and over towards that left foot or past that left foot. Keep gently pressing that right shoulder back. Keep some engagement in the core here as well. And then gently release. Lower that right hand down. Start to lift the left hand up and over. Pressing the hips forwards, lifting the chest. Maybe looking towards that left hand. And then slowly lower the hips all the way back down. Pull the knee back up, step onto that right foot as you send the left leg all the way back. Come into that lunge, plant the hands down and send that right leg up and back, three-legged dog for a moment, and then come on back to your downward facing dog. So we're going to start to shift forwards into plank, shoulders over the hands. You can always drop the knees here as well. Just keep that core engaged. Engage the glutes, and then we're going to do some scapular push-ups. Gently lower the chest and then press the chest away from the floor. Keep going. Keep the arms straight. Drawing the belly button gently inwards and upwards, squeezing the glutes. Nice, keep the breath flowing. Okay, hold there as you press away on the last one. Nice, and then press your hips straight up and back, downward facing dog. From here, we're going to start to step the feet a little bit forwards and about the width of the mat, and you're going to start to sit the hips back. So we're going to make our way into Malasana, and maybe you stay here with the hands resting on the floor, maybe the hands are on blocks. You can also sit on some blocks here, just bring in your hips into roughly this position. Wherever you get to is fine. Maybe bring the hands to the heart, gently pressing the palms together. Squeeze the glutes to gently bring the knees away from each other. You can take a few breaths here. Okay, you can stay here if you want to, or you can play around with crow. If it's already in your practice, you can go straight into it. Otherwise, if you want to give it a go, you can start to pop the knees onto the triceps, keeping the hips up nice and high. And then you just play around with shifting the shoulders forwards, looking slightly forwards, and maybe finding some balance here. You can play around with maybe lifting one foot and then lowering and then lifting the other foot. And you can just shift forwards and back as well. So there's no pressure to come into crow at all. Just see if you want to play around with it. If you're in crow, think of bringing the big toes together, heels towards your bum. Nice steady breaths, not holding the breath at any point. And then when you're ready, finding your way back into Malasana, into your version of Malasana. Taking a couple of deep breaths here. You can bring the backs of the hands together and gently press them together just to stretch out the other side of the wrists. And then release, maybe shake out the hands, the wrists a little bit. And then we're going to step or hop back into our downward facing dog. Start to round through the spine, come on into plank. Again, you can lower the knees here. Take your chaturanga, open the chest, maybe come into cobra or upward dog. On your exhale, draw the belly in and send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. We're going to start to take a twist. So take that right arm under and through towards the left leg. The outside of that left leg, anywhere is fine. Think of twisting from the belly button. And then release. We're going to switch sides, start to reach the left arm under and through. Looking under that right armpit. And then gently release. Okay. From here, take your flow. You can go into chaturanga. Again, lower the knees if you need to. Open the chest on the inhale. And on the exhale, send the hips back, this time into a child's pose. Big toes together, knees out wide, rest the head down. Soften the shoulders, the arms. And just bring the awareness back to the sound of the breath and maybe the movement of the breath as well. Going to start to come on up, tuck the toes under and press up into your downward facing dog. You're just going to step the feet forwards, crossing the legs and come to a seat on the mat. Bring the soles of the feet together and allow the knees to drop out to the side. So we're coming into our Baddha Konasana or butterfly. Lengthen up through the spine. And you can take hold of the feet or maybe the shins. And just gently think of pressing the knees down towards the mat. Not too much effort involved. Keep the breath flowing. Gently start to pull the knees back in. And then we're going to extend the right leg, flex the foot and start to cross that left leg over the top and wiggle that foot up and back. And then gently fold over, maybe bringing the head towards the knee or in that general direction. They don't have to touch, just where you feel that nice stretch all the way up the back of the leg. maybe up the spine to the neck as well. Gently release, and then we're going to switch sides, cross that right leg over. Again, wiggle it up and back, bringing the knees kind of closer to each other to stack maybe in that general direction. And then again, just gently start to fold over. It doesn't matter how far you fold, just hold it wherever you are and keep the breath flowing. Gently start to roll the spine back up and release. Bringing the feet flat on the floor, start to reach the arms forwards, roll the spine down vertebrae by vertebrae. You can always grab the thighs on the way down and just relax onto the mat for a moment. Going to start to pull the knees in and take the arms out to the side, kind of cactus arms here. And we're just going to drop the knees over to one side as you look in the opposite direction, coming into a spinal twist. Relax the feet, the arms, the shoulders. No tension here, just let gravity do the work. Start to release and then switch to the opposite side. Take your time, and again, just allow yourself to soften and melt down here. Gently start to release. And we're going to come into Shavasana, our final resting pose. You can extend the legs down and just allow the feet to fall out. Arms down by your sides, palms facing upwards. If you feel any pressure in the lower back, you can always pop cushions under the knees or bring the feet flat on the floor and allow the knees to drop in towards each other. Soften the forehead, the muscles around the eyes. Relax the full length of the tongue. Soften the lips, the jaw. Relax the chest. Soften the belly. Any tension in the hands or the feet, just let that go. can start to deepen the breath and just start to make any small movements to awaken the body. Maybe having a big stretch and a yawn, whatever feels good for you. When you're ready, slowly rolling over to one side, gently pressing yourself back up to a seated position. You can always sit on a block or a cushion here as well. Just make sure you're comfortable. And then we're going to do a few cycles of breath. Taking the right hand, the thumb and the ring finger, you're going to block the right nostril as you inhale through the left. Hold at the top for a moment and then switch. Block the left nostril as you exhale through the right. Breathe in through the right. Hold at the top for a moment and then switch. Close the right nostril, breathe out through the left. Inhale through the left. Hold at the top and switch. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. And then switch. So keep going at your own pace. And the next time that you breathe out through the left nostril, just release. And coming back to your usual breathing pattern. Relaxing the hands on the knees. Keep the spine long, relax the shoulders. Just taking a couple of breaths here. Maybe noticing the sound of your breath as well. Just observing, no effort required. If you notice the mind wanders, just gently bringing the awareness back to the breath. And then with your next inhale, start to reach the arms up. Bring the palms to the heart. Thank you very much for practicing with me. Namaste.